Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first to my left from Vero Beach, Florida at 232 pounds, Terry Taylor. Also introducing from England at 234 pounds, gentleman Chris Adams. This match for the UWF title contention bout, one fall or television time remaining.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, when Commissioner John Ayers was hired, he was hired to sign the best matches that he possibly could, and matches pitting great athletes and matches that had a bearing on the top 10. This match definitely a top 10 contention match between the two partners, the two former UWF Tag Team Champions. Both of them have expressed an interest, especially Terry Taylor, in single competition. I tried to talk to both Adams and Taylor last week here on the program if you were with us. Chris seemed to want to talk about the tag team situation. However, Terry Taylor was not as receptive. But this match has nothing to do with the tag team situation. But it has everything to do with the top 10 and the UWF title contention. Both men, by securing a victory, or either man more specifically, by securing a victory here, will move up substantially in the top 10 rankings and closer to a match with the awesome champion. 6'8", 350 pounds, Big Bubba Rogers is the object. He's the target. And General Skandar Akbar, what comments last week? I was totally shocked when I went to the dressing room and there stood the General, and alongside him, Big Bubba Rogers. So that is the ultimate goal and the reason that these two men are wrestling. UWF title contention match. It was just tremendous seeing Magnum TA in action in that match from the past. That young man has overcome so much adversity, and we hope all the fans will be with us to welcome him back as our color analyst on the UWF program, and he will be here live next week. Also, returning from this international tour, Ted DiBiase back with us next week as well. Now back to the match at hand. Should be just a classic scientific matchup. Adams and Taylor, even though they are friends and regular tag team partners, still are athletes. They're competitors. Great move by Chris Adams. And I would have to say at this point in time that Chris Adams has the upper hand in this match. It is not scored on a point system. What counts is a pinfall, a disqualification, or a countout. We're not on a point system here, but if we were, I would have to think that Chris Adams would be ahead on points at this time. Both men have their strong allegiance of fans. Terry Taylor, the long-time established star in the UWF, and this one is getting heated. Chris Adams also overcoming a lot of adversity. Ooh, Taylor tripped over Adams. Taylor tripped over Chris Adams and went out through the second and third rope to the concrete floor. Adams very concerned about Taylor. Taylor may have torn a knee there. Adams outside. Taylor, I guess out of instinct, defending himself. Hopefully he's not hurt his knee, but Adams helping Terry back in the ring. The referee was counting. A 10 count is the ultimate. A 10 count results in the count out. Chris Adams not aggressing Terry Taylor here. Both men shaking hands, but I think Taylor could very easily have sustained some knee damage to that left knee. He's favoring it somewhat after landing outside, but Chris Adams quick to jump out and help Terry back into the ring. Nice overhand wrist lock by Terry Taylor, and he's really wrenching it in. Taylor working his leg to keep it from getting stiff. He's lucky he's back in the ring because he really had a crash as referee Edward Falk surveying the action in this very important matchup. One fall or television time remaining here. We will be taking a commercial break to notify our network affiliates in a few moments. We'll keep you abreast of that, and that will occur in 60 seconds. Remember, this matchup, UWF title contention, Taylor and Adams, tag team partners, but they're also, as single competitors, involved in the top 10. Commissioner John Ayers. You weren't with us last week. The UWF has a new commissioner. The starting offensive left guard of the San Francisco 49ers. 2 Super Bowl rings, John Ayers. Power slam by Taylor. Taylor going for the elbow. Adams moves out of the way. And a great arm drag takedown by Chris Adams. Fighting from underneath. Taylor back to a base. Boy, this is a great matchup. The momentum has changed. And this crowd really it's hard to determine. There's the look. The fans very much into this one. People sitting on the edge of their seat because they're seeing a tremendous matchup between the UWF's finest. Great action. And this is the Universal Wrestling Federation. And thank you very much for being with us on the most exciting hour, bar none, in professional wrestling today. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with more UWF action and this tremendous matchup after this timeout. We're back, ladies and gentlemen, here on the Universal Wrestling Federation. This is a phenomenal matchup. Count of 2. Taylor and Adams. And they have exchanged wrestling holds. They have exchanged strategies. And now it's Terry Taylor, but Adams inside cradle. The referee down for the count, and he's got a 2.5. This match, a UWF title contention matchup, Terry Taylor and gentleman Chris Adams. Yes, they are tag team partners. They're both great single competitors, however. The match signed to see who will move up the ladder in the top 10 in single competition. Taylor goes for the knee. And that is the knee that took the punishment on the floor earlier in this matchup. And now Chris Adams at the legal maneuver. The flat of the foot. It's not illegal. Some of the fans don't like it, but it is legal. Taylor writhing in pain on the canvas. And he's reaching for the ropes. But Chris Adams going for the figure 4. Adams going for the figure 4, but Taylor quickly grabs the ropes, and that will break the hold. Smart strategy by Terry Taylor. And it's been a long time since I've seen a crowd into the match like they are this one. Taylor's knee has taken the punishment. Adams single leg pickup attempted by Taylor with the elbow to the back of the head. Taylor with a vicious elbow to the back of Chris Adams' head. And this match is as hard a fought contest as we've seen. Reversal by Adams. Double cup, pinning predicament, then a count of 2. Near fall. Adams reverses Taylor with a suplex, and this could be all for Terry Taylor right here. Adams reversing the suplex. Headbutt. Both men feeling it. Both men down. What a battle. Where else but the Universal Wrestling Federation will you see athletes of this caliber in this type of battle? It is a phenomenal contest. Back-to-back suplex. The referee is there, and Taylor's out. A near fall. People are standing. People are sitting on the edge of their seat. Forearm. That's a legal maneuver. These men are competitors. They're athletes. They're professional athletes. They're competing as hard as they can. High elevation. Chris Adams elevating Terry Taylor in the lights. Oh, what a knee lift. And I don't remember this match, one fall on television, time remaining. Standing vertical suplex. 1, 2, and a kick out. Another near fall. Taylor catches Adams coming off the ropes with that kick. Back to their feet. Taylor goes for a vicious elbow. Double clothesline. A double clothesline. Chris Adams out on the table, right near us. Adams came sprawling out on the table here into these metal chairs. He came right in my lap. Adams out on the floor right here beside us. The referee is counting Terry Taylor out there. Taylor's pushing Adams back in the ring, a little rough there. But wait a minute, is Taylor going to make it back? Taylor taking his time. They got to ring the bell. They're calling for the bell. I don't think Taylor made it back in.
The winner of the match, Chris Adams.
Terry Taylor was not back in the ring at the 10 count. He got back in the ring a little slow. He did not make the 10 count. Terry Taylor is livid. Terry Taylor is livid. Adams came right out on our table and crashed into these steel chairs. Taylor came out to help him back in. I thought it was a little rough, but he got him back in. But Taylor is livid. I've never seen Taylor this animated. But Chris Adams is the winner with a count out, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get this settled down, but right now.
Mr. Ross, I'm very, very sorry to interrupt. People, I'm very, very sorry to interrupt, but I'm a little bit upset. Now, the reason is everybody here and everybody watching on TV saw exactly what happened, and I wasn't pleased. Okay, Terry and I, we had a double knockout. The referee started counting us both out, and unfortunately, Terry came, he tried to help me back in the ring, and he was counted out himself, and I'm very, very sorry. Will Mr. Jim Ross strike that completely off all the records? I do not want to win like that.
Well, I don't have the authority. First of all, that's Commissioner John Ayers' responsibility, but I'm sure that if you're not satisfied with the decision, that John will be more than happy to talk with you and Terry about signing perhaps a rematch if Terry was even interested.
Well, that's the other reason that I came down here. Like I say, I am not satisfied with what happened. I would like a rematch. I would like a fair and square rematch next week, if possible.
Well, next week, obviously, you're not very pleased with the decision, and Terry Taylor.
I don't want to win like that. I'm sorry. I realize that you came out to try and help me back in the ring. I'm really sorry for what happened to you. I want to shake your hand like a man, and let's hope that we can have a rematch next week on television.
You're saying after what happened, you're willing to give me another match? Now, you won that one, you know. But you're not going to take the victory like that.
I do not, in my mind, I didn't win that. I do not want to take that as a win. Shake my hand like a man, and let's have a rematch next week.
Sounds like a fair deal to me, T. Start it all over. That decision, even though it'll be in the record book, I'm sure that the commissioner will sign the match. Quite obviously, I know the fans here would like to see the rematch between Terry Taylor and gentleman Chris Adams here on the program next week. What's your answer?
I wouldn't take a victory like that. I think you're a hell of a man to give me a rematch. See you next week.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the match, if you're in agreement, the fans want it, and I'm sure it will be signed here next week. Gentlemen Chris Adams and Terry Taylor for the rematch.